Hello, welcome back to Man Matters Podcast, episode 53, end of July. You have all your fingers by now and no DUI. You're doing good so far, man. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, man. No DUI so far.
The American dream right there.
Yeah. Going on skate. And also like for as far as this is like the final stretch for your New Year's resolution if you're into that kind of stuff. Man, you're halfway there before you know it.
Solid.
Or any goals that you might have for the year. Yeah, time to buckle up, get your shit together. Because the year's almost over. Before you know, you have to be cutting a turkey or dressing up like a clown for Halloween.
Yeah. Completely forgetting about all resolutions
Oh yeah,
during the times of overeating and too many sweets.
oh yeah. Fuck it. We ride into the sunset, and by that point, the year's over. She said you have to like make some damage so you can actually make up for the action
That's right. That's
for
right.
next year, like a true Catholic. Just repent for your food that you ate and start all over again next day. That's how you do it. That's the game plan. But we can go like into review some of the matches. Tomorrow is 2.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow the 31st. So looking forward to that. Last week they had who's number 129, if I can remember the number correctly. That's Wagner Rocha versus Kid Dale. One coming out of retirement, the other one coming out of the death, literally after heart failure early on in January. That match was like I thought it would be more active, but also he did take consideration. One guy was has some medical issues that he's overcoming, cardiac issue. Even though he didn't look like he had cardio issues when he was going. Another thing I noticed was whenever he was against Kid Dale, when he was on top, he was mothering his mouth most of the time. The referee was calling it that's like mean jiu-jitsu, boys. Old school.
Yeah. He's like, this guy is rusty. I am going to destroy his cardio.
Oh yeah. If he can breathe, I can keep him to my level. You know, he just like standing up, it was just a back and forth. Just patty cake wasn't able to get him to the ground. The referee gave him a warning, both of them. Come on, get it together, guys. People came here to watch you grapple. Actually, Wagner Rocha was able to get a snatch single, which I don't agree with the way the referee reset him because it looked like when they were when Kid Dale stepped out of bounds, he stopped like so he won't go out of bounds. But Rocha dropped the single and went grabbed the back, so the referee will reset him from that position.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's what the referee did, and then it was easier for him to get the bag for Kid Dale after that. But then like for Kid Dale was able to get a false sweep from there, try to get a sweep or something like that. And eventually, he was able to get up and then go back again. I think they gave it a just decision on that first snatch single. And then the second was for a blast double or something like that because Rocha was pushing the pace to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Kid Dale was trying to like make up for it at the end of the match, but it was too little too late. He was too far advanced, and Wagner Rocha is hard to submit.
Right.
Regardless.
No, that makes sense.
He has a really good guard passes too, so it's hard to control somebody unless you get him down and you have to get some submissions out of there. It'd be hard. Which should you feel like you have more options for the submission, top or bottom?
More options?
Yes.
I mean, feel like top, but like speaking between like I'm not great at playing on the bottom, but I know the people that are have a lot of options, but I want to say even still, like I feel like there's more options from the top than there is the bottom. Ultimately,
Yeah, because you have some sort of freedom,
right?
From there, because you know moving against somebody else's weight in the gravity of the mat on you, but because it feels like in the bottom you have more limbs
Exactly.
to attack
Yes.
with, but it feels like you have to pull him that you control his posture, so you're fighting that you really control him more, and then eventually go for your attacks rather than on top using your weight and distribution to look for openings.
And that's the thing too. I feel like there's I don't know, just the way you orient your body on top decides a lot of how many openings you have at the moment. That's somewhat true for the bottom as well, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's got to be more options from the top.
Yeah, it's from the bottom. You have to like sometimes you have to force a sweep so you can get an opening for attack
Mhm.
something.
Yeah,
For example, like a hip bump. Go for a
right.
kimura or go for your triangle attacks on there.
Mhm.
If you depends which way he give you, go for a guillotine, as a Hail Mary for the hip bump. So if you have somebody as a smasher, it's difficult to get in the open because your hips feel like they're attached to the mat.
This is the thing. From the top, you have the leg locks, you have arm locks, you have chokes, you have, I mean, smothers. Yeah, it's just there's so many openings from there.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about that other guy. Not so much like keeping you control because you just separate a little bit
Right.
and move to another position.
Hmm.
Side
And a
control
lot of the
yourself.
time from the top, you decide the pace. That's you can either do the smash pass, the slow, grueling
Yeah.
oppression, or the quick Toriano passes that are just step through, keep your
Yeah.
distance.
You know, you talking about the pace. Remind me, yesterday when I was rolling in competition, I was going against this guy. Usually, when I go with people, I let them work through certain positions. So I was the guy in this position in, I think it's like a half guard. That's what it was. I was preventing him from getting a lockdown. I just let him like I just got double unders. And he was like, "Stop stalling, stop stalling." Dude, I just let you work. But hey, if you want me to stop stalling, I'll choke you out right now. Sure enough, smother him. Next position. Let's go. Stop stalling. Let's go. Stop stalling. And let's try to keep like, what? Trying to keep my composure because I just let her work through it. It's like, no, stop stalling. Like, I just let you work through stuff, man. I don't want to just keep smashing you.
Dang. He said stop stalling.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
That's
I'm gonna
fine.
stop
All right.
stalling.
So be it.
Yeah, and I was being nice because he was standing and I was
Right.
on my butt.
Right.
So I didn't make it like I just want to let him work through it, like guard passes, things like that. And he tried to do a cartwheel over me. So he tried to do that. I kicked his hip and crashed one of his leg and went to knee bar straight from there. He was like, "You're in trouble." Like, no, but we tried cartwheel over me. He's like, "You don't go cartwheel over me. I won't let you do that."
No, no, absolutely not.
I actually kick people off the air whenever they try to cartwheel over me.
Yeah.
Just kick, boom. Still
I
the
usually
cartwheel.
just reach out a foot and like hook onto them in some position, and they just turn me with them. Like I don't even have to work.
Yeah. Use the momentum.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get their back from there too.
Right. Yeah. Really, I've not seen many people use that effectively.
Because there's a important um difference. I remember Silver Fox, shout out to Silver Fox, talks about intensity and precision. Because you have intensity, people that try to pass guard, for example, just being like freaking spaz, just like moving, compared to somebody that's precisely just knee smash straight into a Kimura from there, from this knee smash, or knee on belly to other positions, go to the back, and things like that. This precise, just like movement compared
Yeah.
to just going fast, like just it might work for some people, but not all the time. You just waste the energy. If that's what it feels like.
Yep.
Just like a car wheel. Like you just go on car wheel with somebody hoping that you will get a north
An
south, but you
opening.
actually you give them your back.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's high risk, high risk, high reward, I guess, but extremely high risk and kind of high reward.
Yeah. Why do a car wheel when you can just spin around? Like just like for example, the thing whenever you have front headlock to go to the back from there, a lot of
Mm,
people get their feet off the ground whenever they go to the back, which kind of like the equivalent of doing a car wheel. Most of the time, you just pull one arm and just block one hip, and
mm,
you to like just drop them from there. Just basically like a feels like a fireman's carry.
right.
Just understand when they do that. I always tell them whenever you go into somebody's back, keep your feet on the mat and circle. Just drive into them. Worst case scenario, they'll end up in turtle.
Right. Yeah. No, they teach that at Battleborn a lot. Yeah. It's circling from the front around to the back.
Yeah.
You put the hand around the backside of your hand around the shoulder
Yes.
as you
Very important.
go, and yeah, there's no stopping it.
Yeah.
So
Don't lose point of contact. If you want
right.
to keep 3 point of contact, if you're top or bottom or attack. But yeah, some people they just jump over. As soon as they feel the jump, I'm able to move out of there.
Yes.
But if they keep the pressure, it's hard for you to like, dude, hard for to get like out of that position because you feel like you're getting smash, smash, smash. And sometimes you feel like you're getting T-bone trying like to step out of there. Some people just Hail Mary.
Yeah. Yeah.
For joking around, yeah, you can do that. Just playing around
Right.
with you, like flow roll and stuff like yeah, he makes it boy like competition. What's that saying? We don't raise to the level of expectation. We fall to the habits of our practice.
Something like that. Yeah, that is a really good quote.
So you should, if it's competition, you have to practice that way. We don't rise to the level of expectation. We fall to the level of our training,
Yeah, that's very true.
especially in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
Our coach, he used to give out this. I don't know if I talked about it before. He used to give out this essay about just constant pressure, making like pressuring your opponent into them making mistakes. No resting, no showing no weakness. If you go against somebody and they're cheating and they're hitting you something like that, don't give me a reaction. Because just get in the head like, dude, if I'm doing this right here, it's not affecting him. What do I have to do? For example, chat. You watching the Michael Chandler? Like you keep doing stuff and he like, for example, Poirier, like, didn't affect him, he still be able to submit him. They're getting his set.
That is true. That's a lot of. You do see quite a few guys crack when you see them hit their opponent with everything they have, and their opponent just takes it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times in striking, you see that if some guy just has a jaw that doesn't crack, and he takes the hardest hit that his opponent can give, his opponents like they get gassed out. It's like they just lose all will to keep going because it's like nothing I can do affects this guy.
Yeah. Like, for example, like I don't know you ever watched, I think Paulo Costa versus Joe Romero. Paulo Costa threw a head kick against Romero and he even flinch. You see that thing land and even flinch. What the fuck? What do I do? Like a baseball bat hit him on the head and nothing. It's like, dude,
That's crazy. Yeah,
I
that's
think something had to do with, for example, also you have to take into consideration Rio Romero is a freaking experiment. It's like the Cuban experiment.
mm,
I don't know if you talk about this, but whenever Dina went, like, they asked him whenever he had the broken orbital, the doctor was looking at him. He said, like, where did you get this guy from? Because the size of tendons on his eye muscle were 3 times the size of a regular person. That's like the kind of genetic he has.
yeah.
Also, another thing, he has a fused neck from wrestling.
Mm.
A lot of the knockouts happen from jerk of the neck. So usually people that have smaller necks, they're more susceptible to getting knocked out. For
Yeah.
example, like Brendan Sharp, somebody that's heavyweight has a small head and a small neck, get knocked out a lot easier.
Mm.
But if you have a fused neck, there's no more jerking of your head when you get knocked out.
Yeah, it just all goes to your spine.
Yeah, that's all that. Like he has the neck of the Batman suit. The Batman, the Michael Keaton used to wear. That's the neck that he has.
That's crazy.
So how do you knock out somebody that like that?
I don't think you do.
Yeah, another guy was
Maybe
like,
choke him out. Maybe.
yeah. If you can, that's another thing. A lot of people say they have a hard time choking because I don't have a neck. But actually, I use my shrug, my shoulder,
Right.
to because protect the carotid. But also, like your Romero, if he has, see how big his shoulders are. How do you get to his neck to choke him out?
Good luck.
Yeah, you have to use a 10-finger guillotine to get to at least get a chance for it.
Mm.
Because like, there's no other way you to like to the back of his neck.
Yeah.
Guillotine, good luck. Unless you get like a what you go deep guillotine, like or elbow high elbow guillotine or something like that.
Yeah.
But even like that, dude, he struck his shoulder and he's gone. Hard again.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, yeah. There are some people that are just definitely built for it
Yeah,
naturally or not.
yeah. His dad was a boxer for the Cuban Olympic team. His dad did not want him to box. He wanted to wrestle because he wanted to get hit, and that's why he went up to
Mm-hmm.
the Cuban wrestling program.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what his mom did. I want to say she was also like gymnast to a certain extent because he used to do gymnastics when he was little. That's why he's so nimble and he's like crazy flexible, even his 40s, which is crazy. And then he left the Cuban team, and they used to call it the Bundesliga, or the wrestling league that used to have in Germany, and that's why he stayed there for a while before he moved here and started doing MMA because he beat a lot of people. The only guy I think he lost to Satif, other Satif. Remember that Russians? He lost in the 2000 Olympics,
Okay.
but he was just ragdolling everybody up in the Olympics. I can imagine what kind of damage he would have done if he was in the UFC then instead of doing wrestling
Right.
during those times. Because he has the crazy wrestling and then throwing some because he had to have some sort of striking experience because his dad was a boxer.
Right. Yeah, you think that would translate a little bit. His dad must have taught him something.
Yeah. But he wasn't wrestling. He was at least, but also there's not much that experience when you're like in the Cuban wrestling.
Right.
He talked about during one of the interviews. He talked about how the wrestling program in Cuba was so successful is because you have the starter guy, the number 2 guy, and the third tier guy, and based off what your position is, that's how many meals you will get a day in a communist country. So you're fighting for the head. You want to go be the guy, number 1 guy in the team.
Dang.
You get 3 meals a day. If not, good luck, man. You fighting for scrap and still part of the team. Yeah. Literally, it's life or death.
Yeah.
And they're really technical because they have they use a lot of the technique through the Russian program. Back when it was the Soviet Union, that's how they do a lot of their practice based off.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's crazy. Yeah, that's some incentive for sure.
But it worked for the Diaz brothers. Remember in their case, they used to go and practice jiu-jitsu because people used to like buy them dinner or the like taco and stuff like that afterwards.
Right. Right.
And that's how they got into jiu-jitsu. Crazy that.
Yeah.
I remember that. You ever seen the video of young Nate Diaz when he was like he had his first fight when he was like 17 years old? He was
I
wearing
don't
one
think
of those
so.
Ballet Tudo shorts and he had bleached blonde hair on the top. He looked like a Backstreet Boy.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh yeah, I gotta show you the video, but he's ridiculous. He was chronic, but he started like because back on the Sister Gracie because he was jiu-jitsu. It was like the equivalent of street beef back then. Like you remember those Kimbo Slice fights? Remember?
Right.
It was kind of like that. Just like meet at
Okay.
a mat or something like that, like in the gym, and they'll have fights in there.
That's funny. Yeah. The West Coast version of Kimbo Slices.
Yeah, which is crazy because Masvidal came through that way as well.
Right.
A long hair Masvidal back then.
Yeah. It's funny. I would say Masvidal's not wasn't nearly as successful as like Nate Diaz.
And funny, they both fought each other too
Right.
because Masvidal wasn't that well. He talked about in an interview. He used to like lose fight because of decisions, because he was a 155 pounder for the longest. So the fight that he was losing, and he's like, he would have been close, like just yes. After this show that he did like in Latin America, I can't remember, was it like some Latin American country that had a show. This is like the equivalent of Survivor. And when he was there, like, man, I just gonna start knocking out everybody. And that's why he started going for the finish. He became Street Jesus. And he just started not giving a damn.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember that Darren Till fight? He was that was a scary one because it was in London. He knocked out Darren Till in the backstage. He was giving an interview with Megan Levy, and Leon Edwards was talking trash to him. He's walked up to Leon Edwards and punch him, started fighting him. But you have to consider that you're in a foreign country.
Right.
Picking a fight with somebody that's local. You get caught that you're gonna be some jail time. So they had to find
Right.
a way to get him out of there. His coach said it was a nightmare. Because they're afraid he was gonna get arrested. He just thought that he was in Miami or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of, picking fights outside of the ring, Strickland.
Yeah, oh yeah. How long is he suspended?
I thought it was a little while. I'm not sure how long it is.
Because it was that in Vegas as well?
I don't remember seeing where it all went down. At least suspended indefinitely by Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy is a loose cannon, though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
doesn't blow me away that happened.
Who was he supposed to fight? He's supposed to fight somebody as a rematch. Was it Easy?
Really?
For some reason, I think they were trying to match up Easy versus him as a rematch.
I could see that being a decent rematch. I
Yeah.
think there probably was something off with Izzy that night. So
Yeah. It's considered he was in Australia home, but now he has this. He better call John Jones' lawyer. Try to figure out.
we know
Especially,
he's good.
oh yeah, he talks so much trash about freaking John Jones, and then he's in. He has a case been in Nevada now
Yeah,
because he was one of the coaches there too, right? Yeah, when with the fight that he jumped in, he was
that
one.
would make sense.
He was
I
one of the
didn't.
corner guys.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah, because the guy was taunting him.
Probably. I can't imagine it would take much to set him off.
Yeah, he's a loose cannon. Well, yeah, man, it does make sense that Nevada is that strict with corners jumping because especially after the Conor versus Khabib incident, you don't want that happening too many times. I mean, I think one of the guys that was there, he was kicked out of the UFC. I think he was one of the fighters
Okay.
in that roster. He got kicked. He's the one he punched Conor. He was kicked out of the UFC. Yeah. It's also you remember Strike Force when they were Mayhem Miller walking when they were Jake Shields was fighting Dan Henderson. He was in Nashville. I remember correctly. It was in Nashville, Tennessee. Dan Henderson came from the UFC, and the first fight that he had there was Jake Shields was a middleweight champion. Jake Shields was able to beat a big freaking Dan Henderson coming from champion from Pride. He did pretty good in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
And Mayhem Miller just walking there during the interview. Hey man, when you going? Don't be scared, homie. Like when you gonna give me my fight? And Nate Diaz just clocked and Nick Diaz punched Jason Miller and you had Gilbert Melendez, you had Nate Diaz and Jake Shields just jumping Mayhem Miller in national TV. You don't want that happening
No.
anywhere else.
No, absolutely not.
The Scrap Pack, that's what they're known for. So it does make sense for it to be that strict on Strickland, no pun intended.
Yeah.
Or this kind of damn. But yeah, it
Yeah.
has to be another hearing though.
Yeah, no, they said it's suspended until NSAC holds a disciplinary hearing and issues a formal ruling. So
Yeah.
they're just waiting to make the judgment call.
Because they were booked into a fight. Yeah. And that's probably it feels like that's the motherland of athletic commission when it comes to MMA. Because the headquarters is there in the UFC. If the UFC is not willing to abide, if they're gonna try and take it to Abu Dhabi and have it fight out there, they have to probably pay a fine for it. The
Right.
organization itself. Now with the UFC, pay a fine for a 230-pound Sean Strickland like currently. That's a loose cannon. That's a question.
Right.
It's just like one decision away from getting another fine. Oh man. Wait, do you think he needs a handler?
I don't know if anybody could do that job because I feel like he would get super insulted if somebody did do that job.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, kind of, but really just got to keep him out of the public eye.
Yeah.
Should be the main objective.
Yeah. I mean, freaking
until the fight.
Forrest Griffin had to hold him back. Remember the influencer that he was beating him up?
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Sean Strickland, I feel like he's an insult away from killing somebody. You know what I mean?
Road rage somebody, running somebody over.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, he's a good fighter. Absolutely. But I don't know. Yeah. He's got to be handled. I feel like he's so close to just, getting himself kicked out,
Yeah. The only other example I can think of as far as maturing is Cowboys running.
Yeah.
Remember how loose cannon he used to be? He used to crazy scuba diving, motorcycle, get into a fight with somebody, like in the boat. He got sued for that. They got into a fight with somebody else's boat. But whenever he had his son, he Danger, that's his son, I think, if I remember correctly. He changed. He wasn't as wild as like he used to be before. But also he had his own he was close knit group of teammates from Greg Jackson. He opened his BMF ranch in which he brought some teammates with him. Strickland, I'm not sure that he is the same weight as him. as far as like team was, because I mean he even fired his own coach after the Diego Suplicy match.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Strickland. I don't think he's got the friends group. I don't think he's got the. As far as I know, he doesn't really have that many like outside passions. You know what I mean? As like Cowboy, because yeah, Cowboy's like he was out there risking his life.
The government's watching us right now.
Yeah, they're shutting us down.
You two can talk about everybody else, but don't talk about a national treasure, Sean Strickland.
Yeah, that I don't know. It just I feel like he's not all he does is fight. You know what I mean? Like he just seems to live for conflict, which is okay as long as you're doing that in the ring, but he's trying to do that everywhere and I don't
Yeah.
that's just not a good recipe.
It's trying to prove himself that way, like out of the competition. Like for example, those the influencers that he likes to pick a fight with, like make examples out of them. I don't know. Who do you think? Speaking of like loose cannons, a fight between him and Andrew Tate. Not Andrew Tate, but Andrew Tate.
Dude, I think Strickland would fuck Tate up. I hope. That would be very entertaining.
Don't hold back. Tell us, please tell
Yeah.
us how you feel.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I would love to see that.
How do you feel about Andrew Tate?
I really, really do not like the guy. He has some good points. I won't dispute that. Like, not everything he says is lies, but I really do not like him. I think he's just a tool that has built himself up on manipulating people, and I think that's all he does.
I don't know much about him. You see about a lot of people like regurgitating about all the things that he said, but like that does not sound like a reasonable person say things like that.
Right. No, I mean, that's the thing. Like, he recommends guys learn how to fight. He recommends people work out, and like, I don't know. That's kind of the thing. One of the problems I have with him is that he weaves truth into the lies, or into not even lies, just like horrible teaching. I don't know. I just really don't like him. And he's done some super cringy stuff, like said he like beat up 50 men in a row or something like that. But they were scrubs. They didn't train at all, and
And
he is
openers.
trained. Just like literally just 50 normal men who had no experience training, brought him into a ring, and then he just punched them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you remember that guy? Speaking of that, do you remember that guy Zeloff, something like that? That he used to ask people in like a regular like gyms to he will give him like gloves and start like sparring with them. He will go full clip against them, but people didn't know that they were going full clip against him. Try to knock them out.
I want to say I heard of him. I don't remember anything about him though.
He was another tool that reminded me of him. He used like middle aged guys and used like put a glove, like they would shake, and he used to go straight for the head, just like hitting them as hard as he could.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. He was like so messed up, and then eventually he run into Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder fucked him up. He was like he jumped out of the ring, and Deontay Wilder was following him out of the ring. No,
That
take his
sounds
head
like
up.
exactly what he needed.
Yeah, like no, you do the shit to me. And then he
Yep.
tried to do the same thing against a 16-year-old that's a boxer that was training, and
Mm.
that 16-year-old kid fucked him up too. He didn't want nothing to do with that.
That's funny.
But that's what I need, like to have somebody like
Actually,
that.
I want to say I saw that the because I did see like a old dude just annihilate another dude after he came after him.
Hmm.
So I think I did see that one actually.
Those are just tools recording stuff like just take advantage of older people,
Yep. Yep. It's just ridiculous. I don't know.
which is like you see like glorified. Does it feel like it's glorified bullying to you?
Yeah, yeah, it really is. Yeah. There's just I don't know. It's so disrespectful. It's so there's I don't know. I don't feel any kind of like there's no glory in that at all. It's like when a new guy comes into the gym and, I beat him. Like I don't feel good about that. It's just like I know it's going to happen. I'm not trying to make them feel bad. You know what I mean? It's like I'm trying to teach them a little something and move on, but yeah, just you're not proving anything.
You want to make it feel welcome.
Yes.
because like the more partners you have, the better you'll be as well.
Mhm.
It's all ego as well. If you trying to act that way, we're back as far as talk about Andrew Tate. How do you feel about him? The guy being a bully and ego driven.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like a big part of the problem is, and why he has such a big crowd, is that he does weave some truth into what he says, and some compelling truth, I would say, as well. In that, he's recommending you exercise. He recommends you train to be a man and stuff like that. And I think a lot of guys like to hear that. I just think a lot of stuff that he weaves in there is just not. It's not healthy. He does not have a very high opinion of women in general, is my understanding, and that
Yeah.
to me is a major flaw. So
If you could just be respectful towards everybody,
exactly,
regardless of the gender or whatever they may be.
yeah, I don't know.
That's a golden rule.
What's up?
That's a golden rule. Treat others, you will not be treated.
Mhm.
If you have that as a flaw, then you disrespecting 50% of population. Technically,
Yes,
it's not good.
yeah, but actually, I heard it. Did that come up because you saw something about him in this next UFC? Oh, really? So apparently it's in talks. I don't know how true this is, but apparently it's in talks to bring him versus. Shoot, I should remember who that is. A pretty well-known UFC fighter for the White House UFC that they're having.
Mm. So, and for the White House fight,
Right.
Jamal Hill.
I think that was it. Yeah.
I mean, both of them have a big mouth, and Jamal
What's
Hill
that?
needs to win. Both of them have a big mouth because Jamal Hill does streaming a lot too. I just didn't know what weight class is usually Andrew Tate, the way he was in kickboxing.
But yeah, that I don't know. Not sure.
Him
Also,
as a
fun
rocking.
fact,
What's
and
that?
this is not the reason I don't like him, but a fun fact about Andrew Tate is that he talks mad shit about grapplers. Hates
But
grapplers.
what you don't know, you can talk about stuff that you don't know.
Right.
That
Yeah.
shows the kind of person you are. But I would like to see like the opposite, like of him, would be Khalil Roundtree because he seems like a more humble guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Life experiences. He's a striker too.
Mhm.
He doesn't mind going at against
I
somebody.
feel like Roundtree would just annihilate him, though.
Oh yeah, he will soccer kick him into the next
Yeah.
stadium. I see how good his striking was when he was a fighter. Another fighter that talked about wanting to fight him was going back to Cowboy Cerrone.
Cowboy Cerrone wanted to fight.
But he was willing to fight him
Oh, really?
because Cerrone now he walks around 200 pounds.
Yeah.
On TRT and all the stuff that he's in.
That's the thing too, though. I don't know that Andrew Tate is natural, so I don't know if there's any grounds for this matchup at all. Yeah, I mean, gosh, that would be fun to watch too. Cowboy, he would love to fight a methodical striker.
Or another guy that I can think of is Cowboys teammate Joe Schilling. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
Joe Schilling versus Andrew Tate. Because remember Joe Schilling with the guy at the bar incident? So Joe Schilling, there's this guy, according to Joe Schilling, side story. He goes to the bar and there was this tool. Just looked like just a tool that was like treating the waiting staff terrible. And you can tell that he was one of those guys that he was the cool guy, came from work, long sleeve shirt, just going to the bar and just treat people like shit. And he called one of the staff like the N word, stuff like that. So Joe Schilling went outside. I think it was for a smoke. He was on the way in. He bumped with the guy. And then Joe Schilling turned around. And the guy tried to flinch at him. And when he flinched, he got 1, 2, boom, boom, dropped to the ground. He was on his toes by the time he got back to his heel, was on his ass. Drop him against. What were you trying to flinch at Joe Schilling? Which is like the equivalent of the Marlboro guy, Joe Schilling. He does not give a damn.
Right.
He's just like he hangs around with cowboys around for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's a bad idea.
It was. I want to say it was in Florida where it happened, but there was a lawsuit about it. So somebody was recording when it happened.
Oh, okay.
So because he was walking and Joe Schilling was like actually bump into him, and the guy just like he I can't remember. Joe Schilling, he yelled at Joe Schilling. Joe Schilling turned around He just flinched him like, oh, wrong guy to flinch. Like, dude, but that would be a good one too. Good, Joe Schilling is a striker,
Okay. Yeah.
but he comes out of kickboxing background before he went to MMA.
Okay. Dang. I'd be a little surprised if it actually went through, them bringing Tate for UFC, but
Especially if
maybe.
he's so non-natural, because he had to go through the
I don't know that for a fact. I would be surprised if he was.
yeah. I don't know if Dana White would be willing to put a car in jeopardy or somebody like that.
Right.
Especially a historical car like the White House
Right.
car. Is somebody that's worth that much money, there's no really care about money part. Where is he from? That's the question. Walter Reed. Well, his nationality is American and British. December 1st, 1986, Walter Reed, Army. His dad was Andrew Tate, a chess international master.
That's interesting.
Because he spent a lot of times overseas, not much here in the United States.
Yeah, well, he spent a bunch of time in Romania.
Mm-hmm. That's how he got in trouble, right?
Yeah, he got in prison,
Yes, that's right.
and they didn't let him out for a while.
He came out with hair. Oh, man. I didn't know that how good his kickboxing record was. But also, yeah, what's his net worth as a take consideration? Usually, somebody that has a lot of money doesn't care much for
Right.
fighting. According to the Guardian, it suggests that he's 12 million. That's his net worth.
Yeah, he's got plenty.
Yeah, so like, would they not be willing to put somebody that
Right.
doesn't care for money? Which seems like most of the incentive for some of the fighters, it's the money. What do you see?
Oh, it's just current MMA streak is 2 wins, but then pro MMA record is 1-0-0. So I guess he had 1 amateur and 1 pro.
Mm-hmm. He's kickboxing.
Yes,
What was his record? 71.
that's pretty good.
What's his weight class?
But that just puts it into perspective, like how much of a tool this guy is.
Mm-hmm.
If he's fighting 50 normal dudes in a row, but he's got a record like that, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just can crushers.
Right.
First, like organization. I was looking for like matches, for example, like Gokhan Saki or like people like high level like that. I mean, because if he was during that time, he should run into Israel Adesanya, because
Mhm.
around the same weight class. Alex Pereira, Jiri Prochaska, all of those were kickboxing around the same time. But those he
Yeah.
doesn't his record.
That's valid.
And
Do you
those
think
guys
he's
are
looking for
not.
the easy fights?
Yeah, because the organization, the only one that I see this like a kind of legit organization is the K1 USA versus China, 2015. Or other organizations, mostly Fusion Live that I see. I don't see Glory in there, which is a like reputable organization.
That is true as well. I'm seeing, gosh, let's see. That is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fights in. He's fighting Shane Kavanaugh, who is 0-0. So he's brand new. 15 matches in. That's valid.
Yeah, put into perspective how legit his record is.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I'll be a state champion if I was wrestling right now in high school. Take consideration. You see, the last few matches were in Romania as well. Thinking
Yes.
Romania.
Yeah, well, Tapology even says he's fighting out of Romania.
In 2020, yeah, 3 matches.
I didn't actually realize that's why he was over there, but
He's fighting the justice system over there too. They'll put in his record.
he's 0-1 there.
Oh yeah, man. Now, speaking of fighting justice system, I want to talk about this episode about Sammy Sasso. That's the wrestler that he used to wrestle for Ohio State. And he's out of eligibility, but before that, like his senior year, he was going. The summer of his senior year, but last year it won't be his senior because COVID. But he was robbed, and some kids shot him. And he ended up in the hospital. Had to get part of his intestine removed because of it. So he had a long recovery for it, just to be healthy, let alone wrestle in college. He still finished his last season in this in March. He was able to make it to nationals, but he's not wrestling in college. And he got hired by Lehigh. That's the school. a really like reputable school for wrestling. It's in Pennsylvania. He's native from Pennsylvania when he was in high school. So technically, he's going back home. Early on this month, he was pulled over for expired tag. And when they pulled him over, they saw that he had a gun in his car, that he didn't have a concealed carry, which seems like he had a concealed carry in Ohio, but it's no honor a different state as far as Pennsylvania. And he had a vapor pen, a vape pen with THC, which is considered drugs. So he got charged with possession gun and drugs. It's considered as like like across state, which just seems like a charge, a punishment.
That it does. I agree. I mean, especially something like that. I feel like that would be so easy to get rid of or to hide. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because those don't always make it smell either.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of crazy. It just seems like there was a big misunderstanding of the laws, plus like really inopportune timing, just because he's got to get everything sorted out from just moving.
Yeah.
You know, you know making a trip to the DMV, getting everything changed over. It's not quick by any means.
Especially you moving to a new place. Now, what's the point of trying to get a tag for your car in the state that you're leaving, you're moving from, when you want to get a new address? So he, yeah, I mean, he's done with college over there in Ohio.
Mm.
So he was moving back to Pennsylvania. But according to Wars in the Street, that he had his preliminary hearing today and things went well. The charges that were dropped down, his felony gun charges were dropped to a misdemeanor as well. The firearms in the vehicle were proven that to be legally purchased by Sammy Sasso for self-defense, and there are still some more initial details on the court action and what they're going like as far as
Okay.
well.
Well, that's good. I mean, yeah, I feel like those are pretty good steps in the right direction. If you could prove all that, yeah, I mean, it'd be a pretty shitty judge to, rule that harshly, I would think.
Yeah, especially for somebody who's a first offender, considering what he went through, you will
Yeah.
see why he wouldn't have weapons on him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he doesn't want to die.
If I can remember correctly, they stole his car too. The kids that shot him. That's what
Oh,
they were
really?
robbing him.
Yeah, that would definitely leave an impression for the
Yeah,
rest of your life.
PTSD to a certain extent. I think the school itself, they dropped the ball, fire him.
I agree. You can hope the best case would happen, that they, can repeal that somehow, but I don't know.
Yeah, I understand they have a reputation as far as like because some of them, they are a government organization to a certain extent,
Right.
but you cannot just jump the gun for something like that.
No, I agree. I think sometimes they're a little bit too quick to wash their hands of, you know, innocent people.
Yeah.
But
For example, like you run somebody over by accident, they mean like, oh, you getting fired because you were like thinking that you were reckless driving, but like no, what happened was you just had a long shift, you've been packing shit all day, you moved to a different place and then you fall asleep on the wheel and you hit somebody that was in another car. It's considered reckless driving. Get fired for it without like taking all into consideration.
Yeah.
That's the reason they call it. Well, to a certain extent, I agree. Innocent to proven guilty, unless it's John Jones. He's always guilty because they proven like he's a terrible person. But otherwise, like innocent to proven guilty because most of the time, the initial charges that they're thrown at you, they don't really stick.
Right. Yeah. A lot of the time it does look worse initially than it is. There's usually some reasoning behind it. Speaking, well, not to completely change subjects, but John Jones, did you hear what Dana apparently said?
No, what they say?
Said John Jones is not going to be allowed to compete at the White House event because he was really pushing for it. Jones really wanted a match, and Dana said no, he's too unreliable. I'm not going to do that.
Oh yeah.
So
I think
that's
I
good.
seen it. Was that the post fight conference
Mhm.
that he talked about that? I think I remember seeing it because you have to take consideration. It's a common word I'm using this freaking episode. For John Jones, you already have one of the DC fights was canceled for UFC 200. It was a big card that Dana White was counting on. It was main event for that. DC, he had to fight Enzo just to save that card.
Mhm.
You have the second Alexander Gustafsson with picograms that he was moved from LA to Vegas or the other way around because of his pulsating picograms of PED. And then the other one was a DC non contest. Whenever he beat DC the second time,
Yep.
which also like was another main event. Another one
Right.
was I can't remember was Dan Henderson card. I think there's another Dan Henderson card. He's supposed to fight him. That didn't happen. It was canceled. That whole card was canceled altogether. It was a John Jones fight. So do you blame Dana White not willing to?
Not even a little. I feel like, yeah, very fed up with Jones. Like, I get it, he's very talented, but I am extremely over John Jones.
Yeah. He's given too many breaks too as well. You don't
Yep.
like to see that somebody has too many breaks for being too good.
Yep. No, I agree. I think he's worn out his welcome with the UFC a long time ago. And to me, he's done. I don't see any reason to bring him back. He just stops his divisions. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Let him enjoy his retirement. If he wants to be retired, go ahead. Right into the sunset.
Mhm.
Go over there, dance with some Russians in the pool. That's what you're doing right
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy,
Yeah.
man.
It's just like he's not willing to fight the guy that's being given to him. Like, not even a little bit willing to. Wants to try to pick his own fights. Like, no, he doesn't own the UFC. That's not how that works.
He's not a promoter. He's not a.
Right.
He doesn't own part of the organization. For our history, but lately it seems like he's being handpicking his
Yeah.
fighters.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And
I
if
wonder if he feels like he's fallen from his prime and now he doesn't want anybody who's actually a challenge.
yeah, it seems that way. It
Him
seems that way.
trash talking DC, like, what is the point of that?
Yeah.
DC is retired and very confident in where his status is. Like, I absolutely respect DC for his responses.
Yeah. I mean, pick a fight with somebody that's fighting. Leave DC out of this.
There's plenty of people calling for him that are fighting.
Yeah. What do you have to say about Aspinall? This is a guy
All right.
you're ducking the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about him. He's not willing to even mention his name. That's what's
Nope.
it seems that he's scared of him. You can tell it's a problem whenever Aspinall went to watch the fight. He had to walk by John Jones brothers, and they weren't even willing to look at Aspinall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was in John Jones' head. Whenever you see like, oh, even the brothers, they're like,
That's wild.
yeah.
Huh.
Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah. No, that's no lie.
But yeah, he just if you gonna retire, don't even talk about fighting anybody else.
Especially not the next fucking card.
Yeah.
That's so irritated at me.
He's doing it for something bigger because he wants to do it for his nation. Like you want to do it for your nation? How about you fight Aspinall as a foreigner?
Mhm.
Do it for your nation. Do any other card. You can fight you could have fought him within the last year.
Right.
And you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Come on. Now you want to do it in the lawn of the White House? Get it together. I mean, how many times they tried to negotiate with him? He was asking for, according to Aspinall, he was asking for a big price for that fight. And he thought the UFC wasn't willing to match it, and then they matched it, but then he decided to just retire, take his toys and leave. That's what he decided to do. If you go and leave, go ahead and leave.
If you see what he's been doing for the last, like, I don't know how long, like quite a while, it's not hardcore training. So I wonder if he hasn't like realized that he kind of lost his spark for it, but doesn't want to renounce his claim to like being the GOAT. And so he's trying to just handpick his fights, guys who are easy that he doesn't have to train that hard for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't fight Ngannou when Ngannou was a champion there. He
Right.
went into Ngannou left, he'll come back and find Cyril Gane.
Stop. Yeah, it's true.
He's still taking all the time to gain weight. Like, no, it doesn't take that much time for you to gain weight.
Yeah.
Or heavyweight.
Yeah.
It's not like he's like gained that much muscle, anyways.
Right. Yeah.
Because he was powerlifting before.
What was that?
He was powerlifting before. Whenever he was Officer Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Officer Pro, he was lifting heavy, which Greg Jackson didn't agree with that. And lifting the heavy. because he was like last lower. And DC say if he would have fought that John Jones, he would have beat him
Really?
again. Obviously, probably because he wasn't like because he was off for a while
Mm.
in that fight. DC wasn't one of the commentators. It's hilarious because whenever John Jones was walking out of the cage, he just pointed at DC and look at DC, he just flip him off. DC just look, just look away, shake his head. He was like, when are you gonna like point at DC and I flip him off?
Yeah. Honestly, like thinking back to all the failed drug tests of the DC fights, it makes me wonder if he wasn't afraid to fight DC. You know, because DC was a bulldog
Yeah, he
of
wasn't
a
willing to fight
human.
him clean, and also he wasn't willing to fight him a heavyweight
Right.
because he could easily fight him a heavyweight,
Hmm.
no problem.
Yep.
But said DC was too strong a heavyweight for him to fight him there.
DC was phenomenal. It was a hard force to stop. I
He used
mean,
to
truly a
ragdoll people.
bulldog of a human being.
He ragdoll Gustafson, ragdoll what's his name, War Master, Josh Barnett. Saw somebody said Dan Henderson, Frank Mir, all those guys. And Pat Cummins was another guy. It used to be they used to be teammates. For some reason, I think DC was the starter and Pat Cummins was alternate in the Olympic team. And Pat Cummins, whenever they gave him the fight for DC, I can't remember who fell off on the fight. And Pat Cummins, because Pat Cummins was a barista at the time. They got late, man. They went to the drive through late, man. So somebody's calling for the fight. But anyways, during the build up for that fight, Pat Cummins was saying that he made DC cry in practice. That he was better than DC. And DC got mad. He's like, okay. Usually things happen that in the practice room. Those usually don't air out in public, but you want to make it that way.
Mhm.
He's gonna make him quit in their match.
Mhm.
In which he did, he just fuck him up, Pat Cummins. Have you ever heard Pat Cummins after that?
No.
No,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the end of the road for you, buddy. DC happened to him.
Yeah.
Should have been talking shit. Another thing was happened this weekend was this UFC in Abu Dhabi. The freaking eye of this fighter was gnarly. Jason Herzog has been getting a lot of flack for it because of that injury. Because the guy got knocked down like 8 times, which is the record for most times somebody being knocked down in a fight. And it was like in just 2 rounds.
Yeah. I feel like that is not the record you want as a ref to have refed that.
Yeah. It like a Rocky movie. That's what you're referring. It's not looking good for the brand either because it's one of the first. It's UFC on ABC. It's a national TV
Yeah.
televised,
Yeah.
and it's not prime time. It was in the middle of the day. It's like around noon or 3 p.m. something like that. Usually that's like Saturdays. Usually during like college game later on in the year, people are home. It's the
Yeah.
weekend, the summer. But it's not a good look as far as for the brand. Having somebody he's about to lose his eye.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be interested to see the match because I didn't to see if it would be a hard call, like if he got up like super quick each time. Because I could see that being difficult to call.
Yeah.
Because if he gets knocked down, but he's already awake before he's even, down, you know what I mean? He just like lost it for a bit, lost his balance and fell over, but, is getting back up before he's even completely on the ground.
Yeah.
I could see that being a bit harder, because you're really going to call that.
Yeah, because
But
so many times like, some of the fighters that we got, for example, like Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren. But this one also you take consideration is that eye injury. Because usually you can't see out of that one eye. Usually it's doctor stoppage.
that's true. I didn't see how that. Yeah, how did that look in the fight? Was it just horrible?
It was bad.
Oh,
The angle
okay.
was bad.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense then.
He getting knocked down on that side on that side because he can see out of that side. He can see
Yeah.
shit for there, man. He throw everything on that side.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, because usually you can see out of one eye. I mean, let alone having a cut right here and blood going to your eye, you can see. They usually stop. That's the Nate Diaz versus Masvidal fight.
Right.
They stop it before some reason. Doctor stoppage because of the cut up of the eyebrow.
That was New York, though, wasn't it?
Yep, New York is always notorious for stuff like that.
Yep. This, I will say, the other thing, the counter to that is that they had a guy with a blind eye fighting in it.
Yeah, Mago. He
Granted,
got his nose crushed.
I
Magomedov.
saw, yeah, did not look good.
It's not for his good looks, man. Don't help
Mm-mm.
him. Maybe he get a new nose job though. It'll look
Mm-hmm.
different. But he edged that fight, won it. Magomedov.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Bisping was doing the interview. I remember he goes off. Somebody posted that meme. There's
Yep.
two eyes combined in this picture.
Yes, I saw that.
Internet undefeated still. Undisputed, undefeated. But those
I mean, and he said in that interview that Bisping was a big inspiration to him because of the eye. But I was thinking about it since it's known that Sir Putin, his eye is not there. Could he ever be a champion? Really? If he can't fight in the U.S.,
I'm not sure.
can you have a champion that can only fight in Abu Dhabi? Or maybe, I don't know if England would let that happen or not. But
I don't know what other place we go to, like, or let's
right,
do like another country, like for example, a Bahrain or like
right,
Qatar car. They'll be able to do, or like they did Azerbaijan.
right. Like
Be able to.
that would be a super limited championship. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that would ever happen. So it just seems like it's kind of condemned already, which
Also,
is
it's not good for
unfortunate for him.
ticket sales either.
Exactly. Yeah.
His nickname is the Bullet. Should have been the Pirate. Should have been his nickname.
I agree.
That fit him
Yes.
more. But also, that's the same nickname as Shevchenko, the Bullet.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Saw
the
that thing.
pirate would have fit so well.
Huh?
The pirate would have fit so well.
Oh yeah, some of the picture I see here, like, dude, he definitely looks like a pirate. For example, this one right here, definitely like one. Hey, you
That's crazy.
guys! Like one of the Goonies.
Right.
Definitely fit him for the pirate nickname.
Oh,
I
that's
guess,
funny.
but Russia don't have pirates. I guess.
They got lots of bullets though.
Yeah, definitely a lot of bullets. As Craig Jones. Craig Johnson. What weight class is he? Magomedov. Middleweight.
Middleweight. Yep.
I'm saying Shimaya versus Magomedov. How do you think that would a matchup like that would go?
Shemaev would destroy him, I think.
Mash everybody.
Yeah. No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that would go well for Medov.
No, he's more experienced. Dude, he's. Oh, another thing. Okay, so that's how I can remember. That's later on this in August is Dakar. Chamayev Achilles heel is his cardio. Dricos Duplessis has a high, like big gas tank. TJ Dillashaw was talking recently about the coach that he used for his training. He's this coach that he has. Most of his training is done in his garage, but he does a lot of cardio in there, like bike and different stuff, which is going to help his conditioning
Yep.
for this fight. Which I'm be interested how it goes because people they have the um, the tank genetically they're really good for for example, Cain Velasquez example sea level. He like he will like a heavyweight. He will just ragdoll people,
Mm.
high pace. The name of the coach is Sam Calavita. He's a gymnasium teacher, but he has a garage in which torture people. Aaron Pico, TJ Dillashaw, of course, Hassan Shemaev. I can't remember who else that he coaches, but he just right he just like put into the test as his cardio wise.
Will be very interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to expect from that.
Yeah, because that's his only chink in his armor. Because when he wins like a Gilbert Burns, he's just going like, and usually he slows down later in the round. That's what it feels like. He trying to go for the finish at the beginning because cardio is not up there.
Yep.
But if you can't finish Dricos Duplessis at the beginning,
Yeah, that'll be a really interesting fight.
Bramo RB.
Okay. Hmm. Mhm.
But that would be
Yeah.
interesting. How Shimaev's freaking his technique is ridiculous. I mean, going
Right.
against like Olympic medalists, going against all the people. I mean, you see how he has the strength picking up DC.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. And according to his coaches, they have to tell him to slow down. Because he just try to go full clip all the time.
Hmm.
It's one of those guys that he just try and go full clip,
Right.
high intensity. He also always train. And this feels like that's also his own worst enemy because some of the fights that get canceled because of the same reason.
Okay.
Going too hard. In training.
I mean, I feel that's a good problem to have, especially with the coaches. You know, if they're just trying to reel them in, that's much better than trying to get somebody to do something.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be a really interesting match. 16th, I leave for
Toro.
Germany the next day.
Is Toro the 17th?
I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, because Mike's coming down for that one.
Mm-hmm. You leaving the 16th?
No, I'm leaving the 17th. So I won't be at Toro, but
Do you be able to watch the fights anyway?
what's up?
You'll be able to watch the fights anyway, 16th?
Sure.
Because you'll be
Yep.
up early.
Yep.
Flying out early?
No, it won't be early, but still, I probably will want a good night's sleep.
Yeah. Especially like time zone difference.
Yeah, exactly. The jet lag going over, it's brutal. Coming back is not nearly as bad as going there.
Yeah, it feels that way. I have done it. I only done it with Hawaii. Coming back, you felt like
Okay.
wreck. But
Yeah.
I thought it was because it was we took the car is home. There you go.
Very quiet right now. Yeah, a little bit.
I just had to turn off the
There we go.
sound for the
There we go.
this advertising playing on the thing that I opened for the car.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I thought it was because I was jet lagged because we took a red eye flying.
Yep.
Oh, you know, it's going from west to east, dude. I had to sleep the rest of the day. Felt like.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Speaking of,
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know why
think
the
those are
west
gonna
to
be.
east is so much harder. What's up?
No, you go ahead.
I said I don't know why going west to east is so much harder, but it definitely feels that way.
Yeah, because he's going back in time. Aaron Pico also is gonna be in this card too. He was the one supposed to fight early this year, but his fight got canceled. But he's gonna be 319 as well. He's gonna be coming event. Now he was a big wrestling phenom coming out of high school, and his last time he wrestled was for the Olympic trials in 2021 for Tokyo,
Mhm.
and then he retired from wrestling. He started to use to go full MMA.
Ah, okay.
His coach at one point was Freddie Roach. I don't know who his coaches are right now. I saw his Instagram recently that he was on a certain team that I can't remember. Was Cejudo? Yeah, Greg Jackson's. That's what he was training with. Speaking of Cejudo, he was the coaching Paulo Costa and Patricio Pitbull for this last card. Two Brazilians that he was training. I see his coach that was with Patricio Pitbull.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think Patricio Pitbull was from training out of that ball. Cejudo has a high IQ too.
Yeah.
It's hard for coaching. Pringy, seems to be a good coach.
He may turn a lot of that on for the camera too.
Yes, because to a one, he said he saved the 125 weight class because Dana was trying to get rid of it, especially after he got rid of Demetrius Johnson.
Mhm.
Trying to get rid of 125 altogether. He beat Demetrius Johnson. Yes, he did beat Demetrius Johnson, right? Before he left the UFC, and that's became the 125 pounder. Because remember, I don't think that was a good trade as far as like UFC. Traded Demetrius Johnson for Ben Askren, one FC. He lost against Demetrius Johnson, and then he beat him in 2018. Then he won the title. TJ Dillashaw came down trying to get the title, be double champ that way. He beat TJ Dillashaw, but he said he turned on the cringe to be able to get more views to that division.
Mm.
It's usually the heavier weights in like the weight class. The people gravitate towards those.
For sure.
One thing I was going to ask you about the difference of strikers and grapplers. Do you see Strikers are more braggadocious than grapplers, or especially like in jiu-jitsu compared to like um kickboxers.
I would say in general, yes.
Because you can always get a lucky punch on somebody,
Hmm.
knock him out. You can get a lucky rear naked choke.
Right. No, no, not at all.
You have to work for it. That's just not a sport that's what you call mainstream. You see a lot of boxing had a long history
Right. Yeah.
of being mainstream. Or grappling, not so much.
Right. Grappling is just not forgiving. It's also not, I would say in general, not as showy because, I mean, people don't like watching it as much as striking, just generally speaking. Um, and I wonder if that's not part of it as well. Because, I mean, strikers know they're popular, everybody wants to know how to box. Everybody thinks boxing's cool, but, you know, you go to a wrestler and it's like, oh, yeah, everybody does that, right? People do that in high school. But,
Yeah. Also, you don't talk about like whooping somebody's ass usually by striking, but you don't
mhm,
see like somebody like ragdolling somebody. They call it lay and pray. That's usually the
right.
common um ways that they describe it, or just being blanket on somebody, just dry humping some. For example, must be that used about dry humping or sniffing another man's crotch to like make it look like it's
Yeah.
a frown upon. But if you're getting dry humped by somebody, you're able to get out of it. Whose fault is that?
I would argue that you can kind of humiliate somebody worse with wrestling. Somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, you can do whatever you want with them
Look at
if you're
Usman.
grappling.
His nickname is the Nigerian Nightmare.
Hmm.
He just ragdoll you most of the time.
Right.
Kamaru Usman,
There's nothing you can do about it. Good
beat
luck.
undefeated.
Yeah. Less showy, but extremely effective.
That's more layers to it as well.
Far more.
Compared to boxing, you just use two limbs, try and knock somebody out. They're on the grappling, you have the whole body to attack, not above the
Mhm.
waist. That's to help you keep you humble too. It's more opening.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Really, it's just somebody who's slightly better at a different game than you. And if you let them there enough, they'll take it. Right.
Maybe you feel like shaking your
Yeah.
arm or like that.
Yeah.
It's like, back to the drawing board. Well, that's what keep it interesting as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
But even you still have some assholes in
Oh,
grappling. I
for
would say
sure. Yeah.
not all grapplers are
Right. No,
humble
not at
pie.
all.
Still have asshole. Shout out Dylan Dennis. Allegedly. Shout out J Ron for sure.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
You seen the picture somebody posted in the story? Like he posted
The
a
fake?
feral swan.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, yeah, in the wall picture, in the same
Yeah.
picture. Boom. You cannot get by being an asshole and getting to high level grappling. Usually your personality shows that you cannot make it that far. So right.
That's interesting. I don't know that I can disprove that. Unless you want to call Cejudo a asshole, but
Mhm. No, but he's like not like hurting other people,
true. That's
like
valid.
ruining their career or to a certain extent,
Mhm.
making it high level. The only person I can think of, John Jones made it that far.
Right. But I don't know that he's an asshole to his like training partners.
He's an asshole to his.
It's different.
Yeah, I'm talking about that personality altogether, like a terrible person. You gotta ask Rashad Evans how much of an asshole he is because he's a former teammate as well.
Mhm. That's true, yeah. I mean, he's kind of an exception to a lot of things, but
What do you feel about people? He does this thing a lot. Whenever he does something wrong, he brings God into it. He's working on himself. He's trying to get closer to God, which feels like sanctimonious way to.
yeah, this might be his cop out, like, yeah, he's improving, he's trying.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, likely. I don't think he's trying that hard to improve himself spiritually, anyway.
No, it's always about himself all the time.
Right.
Especially the thing that we can we talk about like what he said to DC? He said that what he did to DC is the worst thing that happened in his life.
DC lost a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad got murdered when he was a little kid.
Hmm.
those kind of traumatic things that happen. This is like losing to John Jones.
Yeah. And
Crackhead
DC brought
John
up,
Jones.
like, there's no way Jones does not know that. It's well documented. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
And considering DC sent a message to John Jones for like the loss of his mom, he sent like a condolences to John Jones after his mom passed away.
Yep. John Jones just throws it back in his face.
Yeah. Come on, man. Why are you talking? Just stick to your
Just
sport.
no class. No class.
Yeah. It's just the yeah, that's what always makes you wonder, like, what kind of people are around him.
It's true. Yeah.
To like,
Partiers. I feel like, I mean, I feel like he's probably just around a whole bunch of partiers who like him because he's wild. He's, he's famous. So I'm sure he can get him into places.
entourage of yes men.
Right, exactly.
Which is, that's also going back to jiu-jitsu. That's a good thing about jiu-jitsu. You want to be in a room, you get your ass whooped. If you're winning all the time,
Mhm.
you're in the wrong room. Just like having a lot of, just feels like it's a lot of yes man. It feels like you're not improving.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Like, you ever had like a session that you like beat everybody in the gym?
A session?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I definitely had sessions where, like, I was feeling good the whole time. Yeah, for sure.
Just ragdolling everybody. Like, yeah, like, then they consider it like too, where you go like, oh man, I gotta work home. Usually you think like, oh, I gotta work on this stuff. Like, usually some of those like they engrave in your brain whenever you get your ass whooped more than when you're like, oh, I won.
For sure.
I'm fucking badass. So just imagine having those every day.
Mhm.
You'd be like Moneyberg, 3 years
Yeah.
to black belt. That's what you'll feel like, top of the world. And you're so good at jiu-jitsu that you make everybody else wear your rash guard for your videos.
That's right.
Even all the high levels black belts. Jake Shield, Ryan, Frank Mir, Musumeshi, all of them wearing his rash guard. They're his affiliate.
Yeah.
This feels like he has own affiliate.
No.
For the next episode, he's just going to be put him in the row and just pissing on them as well. Yeah, I think he got his black belt. Now that I think I look it up. Jake Shield was the one that gave him the black belt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you get money, you get places, I guess.
Yeah. But you can only fake it for so long.
True, but I don't know that he's really trying to prove himself.
Mm-hmm. He's only like just for the clown.
Right. So in that case, yeah, who's gonna call him out? He's not putting himself out there where he can be called out. So
His bodyguard will stop
exactly.
everything. He has the, what is it called? Iron Dome. Prevent for anything from anybody coming close to him to challenge him
Mhm.
to jiu-jitsu match. Only guy that I can think of that will probably challenge him is too small. Be Zuckerberg.
Right. I don't see that happening either, though. He's already backed out of the Musk and him fight.
Yeah. Did he blow his knee? He blew his knee.
Yeah, I think he did.
The time ago. But I don't think he won any smoke from the 3.5 Moneyberg.
Right.
Moneyberg 3.5. That's his version. Well, on that note, do you have anything else?
No. Good.
Close to that.
Sure. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the cast. Please give us a like on Instagram. Give us a follow. You can listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and iTunes. Appreciate you guys listening. Have a good one.